One-click property sites are exceptionally user-friendly, but they truly deliver on the wow factor for your clients. So to create a one-click property site, you'll navigate to the Websites tab in the main menu of app.luxurypresence.com. From here, you'll click Create Website in the top right corner, and you'll select Property Website. Now you'll select the property you'd like to make the website for, so you can search, you can filter, and you can sort. Once you find the property, you'll select it, and now you'll select your design. The pinnacle is going to be ultra luxurious, lots of full bleed imagery, whereas the edge is a bit more edgy and contemporary, but both are great options and both are fully customizable. Once you select your design, your property site is created. So all of the information on this property site pulls from the Content tab of your Presence dashboard, which has a direct sync with the MLS for each property. Now we'll begin customizing the website. You'll click the 4 squares in the center top of the website builder to bring up global elements. This is where you can add a logo. So for example, if we wanted to add a logo, we would make sure header is selected, and then we would select content. And from here, we can add in custom logos. We'll select that PNG file with a transparent background and click Assign Selected. And now we have some additional branding on this one-click site. Click Save, and then we can back out of that. Just like your Luxury Presence website, your one-click property website is made up of elements or stacked blocks of media. So for example, this is a header element, this is a property details element, we have a property photos element, and so you're going to be editing each element rather than editing the website in its entirety. So to customize your site, to customize each element, you'll click Edit in the top right corner of your screen. And to edit an element, you'll click on what you'd like to change. So if I'd like to change this opening element, I'll just click right in the center. And this brings up the element editing panel, and you'll make your customizations here. So we can say charming Lake Mary bungalow. And now we've customized that element. It's important to note that the changes that you make on your one-click site is going to not impact your property details page on your main Luxury Presence site, and it does not impact the MLS listing. So it really is a one-way sync of information from your MLS to your CMS on your Luxury Presence dashboard to the one-click site. The changes that you make on the site are not going to circle back and make changes on the property details or the MLS listing. However, there are some elements that cannot be customized in the website builder, and you'll need to make these changes within the property details view. So for example, when I click the description, you'll notice that I actually cannot override that with custom description in the element editor. I actually need to make those changes in the property details page. So what I'll do is I'll navigate back to app.luxurypresence.com. I'll go to Content, Properties. I'll find the property that I'm working with. Click. And now we see all of the information that is feeding into the one-click site. You'll notice that there are some details within this view where you have the ability to turn off sync for that specific field. So virtual tour, property video, description. There are others, but this is a good example for building out the one-click site. So if I wanted to change the description that I see here, I actually need to do that by disabling the sync and then making my edits in this field. It's important to remember that when you disable sync, you are not going to have automatic updates in this field if you change anything in the MLS. So if I disable sync and I make my changes here, if I go and edit the description in the MLS, because sync is off, it's not going to automatically update here. So just remember that, use your best judgment, and just kind of keep tabs on where you've disabled sync. Coming back to our one-click site, you can add an element by making sure you click Edit in the top right corner. And you'll notice that we see plus signs that kind of appear in between elements. That means that we can add an element right there. So we can click the plus sign, and this brings up our element library, where you can search for a specific element, or you can filter based on use case, or you can scroll until you find one that feels like the best fit for exactly what you're looking for. So for example, if I wanted to add in accordion tabs, I can search accordion and add that in here. From here, you'll make the customizations that you need on the left-hand side. And you'll see it reflect on that preview view. You can add additional elements to reflect information in the property details view. So for example, if we wanted to add in an element to reflect a property video, we can click the plus sign and then we'll filter based on properties. And so these elements pull in information from the property details view. So it is a sync from the CMS. So this virtual tour will pull in information from this field right here. So I can add a virtual tour video and it will populate in this element. If you run into a situation where there is an element that does not have any content, it will not display on the website. So it won't be a blank. It just won't display at all. You'll only see it in the preview view. So you kind of have a reminder that, oh, maybe I do want to go in and add a virtual tour. If you would like to reorder or delete an element, you'll find the element that you want to make that change to. You'll hover until you see this small menu in the top left corner of the element. These arrows allow you to drop and raise each element. And by clicking the 3 dots, you have the option to remove it entirely. So you can click delete and confirm your choice. If you'd like to password protect a website, you can click on the 3 dots in this top right corner and go to Site Settings. From here, we have a section for security, and you'll click Password Protection. You can select your password, and you can share that so people can gain access to this site. The request form means that people can request access. They can give their contact information and say, hey, I would like to see this site, and you can share the password with them if you so choose. So once you've made all of the appropriate changes, you're ready to publish. You'll click Publish in the top right corner. And now you get to choose the domain that you would like to use for this site. So you have the option of a free subdomain. So that means that your one-click site will have the root domain of your brand website, or you may purchase a custom domain either from like GoDaddy, Google Domains, whatever you prefer. It's up to you to purchase and maintain that domain. So you have your choice here. With the free subdomain, you actually can customize it up until that main domain. So if I wanted to say Lake Mary Bungalow instead of using the address, I can do so there, and then I'll click Save Changes. And now this will be the live link that I can share. Once you've selected your domain, you can click Publish in the top right corner. And we'll wait for that to populate. Your site has been published, so it can take up to 48 hours to go live on all locations, but most times you will be able to click Open Site and see this live link. So this is a link I am able to add to QR codes. I'm able to add this to mailers. I'm able to put it in a social media post. I'm able to share it via email. Anywhere that you can share a website, you can share a one-click site. So we'll see the customizations that we've made, the element that we added, all of the details that are pulling in through the CMS. All of that is present here. Because you have spent so much time customizing your one-click site, you may want to duplicate it and use it in the future. We like the opportunity to work smarter and not harder. And so if you would ever like to duplicate a one-click site, you'll navigate back to app.luxurypresence.com. You'll come into the Websites tab. You'll find the website that you would like to duplicate. You'll click the three dots and you'll click Duplicate. And you'll rename the website. This is going to give you an identical website with an identical property. So you'll actually just click out of the website, and then you'll click these three dots again and click Change Property. From here, you can search for the property that you would like to add, confirm, and now let's see what it looks like. So we see the customizations that we've added. We have the logo, we have the custom opening. Of course, we would want to change that to reflect this new property, but you can go through and make edits the same way we did with that initial site. And when you're ready to publish, you'll go through the same steps here. Click Publish, and then you're good to go. We hope that this has been a helpful training and that you feel ready to start creating one-click property sites. Any questions that you have may be sent to our support team, either by opening a chat in this gold bubble or by emailing support@luxurypresence.com. Our team is available 24/7 to assist.